Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marte. I come from Norway and I love makeup, especially indie makeup and sparkly things. And today I am going to show you something that is both an indie makeup brand and sparkly things. I'm going to go through all of the holo eyeshadows that Glam Shop has in their collection because I have received most of them in PR now, all of the new ones and the old ones. The old ones I bought myself. But yeah, I do have all of the holos that they offer, so I thought I would give you some information about the holos because I get a lot of questions about like, do they contain pressed glitters or not? So I was thinking I would talk a little bit about that, swatch them, and then I have done two looks using both the new pink one and the blue one. So you can obviously see I'm wearing the blue one right here, but that's the plan for this video today. So if you want to see that, then please keep on watching. So I'm just going to start off by showing you guys the ingredient list and of course the shadows up close. So here you have the shadows up close. You can see that they have, like, they look so odd, some of them at least, but those are the most intense ones, those that looks like this. So this is Bajer Holo, but they're super beautiful, and once you swatch them you can really see the sparkles and all the holographic goodness to them. But I'm just going to throw up the ingredient list on the screen right now. So you can see that the main ingredient is mica, and then the second one is acrylates copolymer. So I actually googled this and tried to figure out like what is this ingredient, and I actually found a website called beatthemicrobead.org. And this website says that acrylates copolymer are a group of polymers noted for their transparency, resistance to breakage, and elasticity. They are also commonly known as acrylics or polyacrylates. They are mostly used in products such as hair dyes, mascaras, nail polishes, lipsticks, hairsprays, body washes, sunscreens, and anti-aging treatments. They are most commonly used as stabilizers for cosmetic formulas. And then it says a couple of different areas for use. And then I ended up going to Glam Shop's Instagram and I messaged them, and then I got the answer. Like, my question was, hi, I have a question about the ingredients in your holo shadows. Does it contain microplastics? I see that acrylates copolymer is described as a microplastic but also a thickening agent. And they answered me and said, hi Marte, we've contacted with our lab and this is their response. Due to the particle size, acrylates copolymer is microplastic. It has many functions in cosmetics, including consistency. This raw material is allowed in cosmetics, also in makeup. In accordance with Polish law, we can produce shadows containing this raw material. Holo shadows have passed the tests and we have a security report for them and all necessary documents in accordance with Polish law. We would also like to point out that the concentration of acrylates copolymer in holo eyeshadows is low, and there are trace amounts in the shade which weighs about 1.5 grams, and each of us makeup lovers use it a very long time. So I'm not really sure if it's like the holo particles or if it is just some kind of binding ingredient in the shadows, because they say that it is a microplastic and that it includes consistency like as a usage in makeup. So you have to just do with that what you want. Obviously it's going to be trace amounts because it's only 1.5 grams of shadow in each shadow, so it's very low quantities anyway. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know about that because I was curious about it myself, and it's kind of hard to find something very like concrete in the internet because it's just a jungle of different websites and you don't know what to trust. But at least that's what the brand says about these shadows. But now I think we can just go ahead and swatch these gorgeous shadows, and then I will show you the two looks that I did. So the first shade we have here is the one called Sweet Holo, then it's the shade Warm Holo, then I have the Rose Gold Holo, and lastly in this row it's the Nude Holo, and this is the original one because they did add a new Nude Holo, which is the next one I'll be swatching. So I'm trying to turn down the lighting so you can see a little bit better. I think I will just show you two at a time because it's kind of hard to see right here. Like, the camera can't even focus properly because they're like so special in like the formula, and you can see that they're super creamy, and I just love the feeling of these shadows. So I'm going to swatch them right here for you guys. Oh my god. This is like every time I do this, it's just like they keep going. They're just so intense. Oh, I just cannot believe how gorgeous these are. And that was Sweet Holo. Then we have Warm Holo, which is a little bit less intense. It's one of those more wearable ones where you can't really see the holo too well in like just regular lighting. But once you have like some kind of artificial lights or low light situation, for example in restaurants, you're going to see it so well. And here you see my fingers after swatching them. It just really foils them and shows the holographic properties of the shadows, and it's just really amazing. And then here we have Rose Gold Holo. Ooh, I have not used this one yet, but I think this will probably be one of my favorites because it's like a little bit gold but also not like super neutral. And then lastly here, it's one of those that are a little bit more wearable. It's the older Nude Holo. I don't know if they still have this on their website, but I think that the newer one is more intense like the other two right here. But these two are kind of similar in being a little bit less intense, but still really beautiful and more subtle for like daily makeup wearers that want something special to their makeup. And here you can see the holographic shine after the swatches, and like see how much I still have left on the fingers because they're just that sparkly and creamy and full of pigment. For the second row we have here the new Nude Holo, so now you will get to see that next to the older one. Then it's the golden holo right here. This one feels a little bit more chunky. Then we have Efekt Holo. I don't remember the English name. I will just leave all of the names up when I'm swatching these. And then it's the blue holo, which is the one I used in one of my looks. So here you can see those. Oh my god, they're so beautiful. I think I need to turn down the lighting a little bit. Oops. Just because I have the window open here, so you can really like you get the natural lighting as well as my studio lighting. But you can see how beautiful these are, and when I swatch them they're just so incredibly intense. So here is the new Nude Holo right next to the old one, so you can definitely see like immediately that this one has so much more holographic pigments to it. And yeah, I think I definitely prefer that one, but like I do get for like if you work at a school like I am going to do when I'm finished in 1 year with my studies, I would probably be more comfortable wearing the first one for that kind of situation. Oh, and then here this one is a chunky creamy shadow. This is the golden. Wow, so incredible. Like look at that shine, so intense. Then it's Efekt Holo. This one is so beautiful. It's one of my favorites too. And the blue holo is here. Then I have 2 more left to swatch. Wow. And then I'm going to show you close up in a different lighting once I'm done with all of them. And you know, just because I have to, here are here they are after I swatched them. I'm just speechless. Look at that. Wow. I could stare at this forever. I'm not going to want to wash these off when I am finished filming with my swatches, because they're just that amazing. Wow, wow, wow. Last but not least we have Bajer Holo, which is one of those a little bit chunkier ones again. And then it's Violet Holo here, which I haven't swatched, so I'm excited to see that one. Or wait, I do think I actually swatched this. I think I swatched it next to the one in their Heathland palette, I think that's what it's called. But here we have Bajer Holo, one of the first ones they released, which is just incredible and definitely again one of my favorites. I'll just go through which ones are my favorites in the end, but I'm just going to make sure that Bajer Holo is a little bit more swatched out like the rest, and then I will show you guys more close up. So here you have my fingers after fully swatching these out, and they're so pretty. Like, isn't this just magical to look at those shifts? And this is not even using flash, although I do have one light on each side of the camera as well as my window in front of me, but yeah, I just have to show off this because it's so beautiful. So here you can see my whole arm with the swatches, and wow, I just love these so much. Like, you can look at that holo shift, and I'm not even using special lighting right now, So this is so impressive. I'm also going to show you some clips of these in the sun because the sun is shining and I'm sure they will look absolutely amazing in the sun. So I'm just so like I've had these for a long time and I'm still just so mind blown when I'm swatching these. Even though I've used them several times, most of these, but not the new ones, of course. But yeah, back to the regular studio lighting. Here I have my flash on the side to try to show off a little bit more of the shifts. Like Sweet Holo at the top there is just one of my favorites. And then we have, which other ones will be my top favorites? The golden one for sure. Efekt Holo, the green one. So both of these. I mean, I really like the blue one as well, but that like depends on what kind of color you're after. And then I really like Bajer Holo, which is that second to last, like the first purple one. I think those will be my main favorites just because of the colors. And when it comes to the old Nude Holo and the new one, I feel like the new one has a bit more of a reddish warm base, whereas the older is more like a brown, like a regular brown. And yeah, I don't know if there's anything else. Well, of course, if you look at the last one, the last violet one, I feel like that might have like a little bit more of actual purple, like mica or shimmer, because that is not as intense as the other ones here. Like you can still see the holo, of course, but you can see, for example, the one here, Bajer Holo, is extremely holographic. That's more of like a silvery purple base. Whereas that purple has a lot of, well, purple. And then the blue one is quite stunning as well. Oh my god, wow, just look at how it looks when I have the phone lighting here. Wow. I just have to try to show off all of these gorgeous sparkles to you guys so you can really see it. And I'm of course leaving all of these names for the shadows down below in my description box in the order that I swatched them, like this, so that you can go ahead and just have a look and just see which ones you would like to try out if you are wondering which one to pick up. I mean, I might try to show you like this and then add the names on the side. I'm not sure if I'll be able to, I hope so. So there you can like see the difference of all of them while still seeing the names. And you can just pause the video here if you want to. But yeah, I think I've shown you what I want to show you, like all of the gorgeous holographic sparkles. I think you can see for yourself how holographic the formulas are and how fine the particles are. If you see super close up right now, I think you can see that these are super creamy. They're not gritty at all. They just feel so soft and smooth. They're really comfortable to wear, easy to wipe off. Even now, like I only used a towel to take away the last two colors and I have nothing left, I think, on my fingers, so they're easy to remove as well. I just use cotton pads and micellar water when I remove my makeup. No issues with any glitter particles or anything sticking after I remove my makeup. But yeah, now let's get going to the two looks that I have created. So the first one will be with this one, Sweet Holo, and the second will be with the Blue Holo. So for this first look, I am going to be using Sweet Holo, which is this beautiful pink one. So I decided to use the shade Winnie !3. It's just a burgundy purpley shade. And I've also found, I don't know the name in English for this one, but this is the name, and it's just a light pink transition shade. So I'm just going to start with the Winnie shade, and as you can see I did add some tape, and as my primer today I have the Smashbox primer, but here and here I do have the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, just to get rid of some of the discoloration. So I'm just tapping this here on the outer portion of my crease, and I love using a tape because I can really pack the shadow there, and I will have a super crisp line when I'm done with my blending. And I just really like that, like instead of using eyeliner or as a guide for the eyeliner, I love that. This shade is just blending so effortlessly. It's incredible. I'm just also going to place it. I don't think I'll place it much further than this, because I do want that light inner portion of my crease just to create some contrast. So something like this, and then I'm going in with that lighter shade right above where I did the blend. So I'm just starting out with that shade for the inner part of the crease, just to really place it down. What I love about these shadows is that like you don't have to put much effort into the blending, because they just blend themselves. Like, I didn't really blend a lot, I basically just tapped it on and already it looks almost flawless in my opinion. So I really like these shadows for that, and that is the reason why I especially love like the transition shades, because they're so opaque and they just like smoothen out everything you put underneath. As you can see, I do have my glam glue on, so now I'm just going to hurry up and put the Sweet Holo all over my lid. I'll probably go ahead and use my finger instead, because I just prefer using my fingers for these shades. So it really picks up so easily, and it's so easy to apply when you use your finger. When you use your brush, I've noticed with like these more kind of chunky shades, it's easier if you like put your brush almost like in the same angle as the pan, and then you just swirl it like very carefully on top of the surface of the shadow, just to like kind of pick up, like for example with the marbles as well, when you don't have the same color all over. That way you can like pick up a little bit of everything that's in the pan without like really digging into it and ruining it. Something like this, and I do really like it when I have it a little bit like above, like kind of that it fades into the mattes. I really like how that looks. So I'm just going to finish off the other eye as well. As you can see, I also removed the tape, and then I just went over with a Q-tip, because sometimes the tape isn't completely straight because of obviously skin moves underneath it. So now I'm going to take a little bit of the deepest shade again, and I'm just placing that here. And then I'm just taking that lightest transition shade and I'll just apply that right over where I blended this deepest shade. So I'll just find something to use for my inner corner and I'll show you the close-up of this look. For the second look, I'm going to use the blue holo, and I'm going to use it with the shade Atrament here, which is the deepest crease color I'll be using. And then I have this one, which is Matte Blues, and that is just one of my favorite transition shades. And for the inner corner, I'll be using the same one that I used for the previous look, which I think I forgot to tell you guys, but this one is the shade called the Moondust or Pylksia Sukovi. I'll just be using the same brush. I do also have my Smashbox base and that same concealer from e.l.f. that I used the last time as well. So I'm just going to be applying this one to deepen up. And I'm wondering if I should do like a halo eye now, since I did like a regular look for the other holo look that I did. So I think I'll just pop this one also in the inner corner right here. And I'll just make sure to do that on the lower lash line as well, so then I can use the holo in a triangular shape here and down here, because I just like that shape. Also popping it in the inner parts right here, something like this, and then I'll go in with Matte Blues or Matte Blues. For this shade, I'm using my Kaleidos Makeup S5 brush, and I try to like load it up with the shade, because I just really like to pack these transition shades on to just reach their full opacity and just blend everything to perfection. So yeah, I'm just going to be applying that just above where I blended, the deepest shade as usual, and then just slightly buff out the edges. You can just see how opaque that is. And then I'm just going back into Atrament to deepen it up and make sure that I have the opacity of that deepest shade that I want, and just work on the blending a little bit. I I just added the Glam glue again, as you can see, and again I'm just going with my brush like slightly first, and then I'm going to use my finger for the application just to make sure to like foil the shadow properly. And I also did apply some Glam glue to the lower lash line, so like right here, you can see it on my other eye, I already applied it. So it's just like to be kind of matching with the top of my lid. So I'm just going to finish applying this and do the rest of my makeup, and I'm ready to show you the look after that. So that will be the next thing that you see. So that was my finished look, and I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you liked the swatches. I just did them actually, so I filmed that obviously after I did my look. But for my lipstick I ended up using my Colourpop Lippy Pencil in the shade BFF3, and then I combined it with my very new lipstick from Propa Beauty in the shade Finesse, I think it's called, and it's just a beautiful nude shade. And for my cheeks I ended up using, as usual, my Glam Shop contour and bronzer powder, and for my blush I actually used my Nabla Cosmetics Nectarine blush shade, which is a little bit more of a peachy toned, and then I used Pulsar highlighter from Tammy Tanuka, which is usually in a loose form, but I've pressed mine and it's just the most amazing bluish purpley highlight, because it's like not sparkly whatsoever, it's just like a super beautiful sheen and it's so intense. But I really love both of the makeup looks that I did. Please leave me a comment down below which one you liked the most. I think I liked, I like this kind of placement of the shadows most, but I think I like Sweet Holo better just because it's just a perfect springy color, or like summery color, and I'm just feeling very much that vibe lately. I would also love to hear if you have tried some of these holos or holos from other brands, and I really appreciate you watching this video. If you liked it, I would be very happy if you leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me, because I do a lot of indie makeup, a lot of Glam Shop, if you haven't noticed, if you've not been here before. So yeah, I would love to see you here in my next video as well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!